So we saw Secret banning out the Undying last time around. Despite having supports picked up by OG, they actually did alternate and put the Tusk on the off lane.
Reserve time.
So in that way, that was pretty smart. But now, you're dead set on these two being the supports. There's no way they're not right.
And they don't want to give Miracle the Alchemist again, I would imagine.
They don't want to give him the Alchemist, but at the same time, I don't think we've ever seen Moonmeander play on an Undying off lane, so you don't need to commit a ban for that now.
I'd also say that the Invoker would potentially be worth a ban here from Team Secret, as they still have heroes that are susceptible to the Quaswex Invoker. Slardar, very much slow, very limited mana pool, and I would say Bane even.
EMP is just generally annoying to play against for any hero in the game.
Yeah, Bane is very reliant on a somewhat limited mana pool, and he's also a stationary target that's very easy. To disable long-range Tornado can catch him out even. If he's in the background.
So a lot of cheese left.
A lot of certainly.
Want like an early game fighter right now for no-tail though. Like PL's already banned out, so maybe Gyro, let's say.
Gyro, but they can also sort of, I don't know. I was about to say Night Stalker, but then you don't have the option of going back to the Earthshaker. Maybe just picking up the Wind Ranger, sort of pick blocking Weeha as well.
I like Gyro a little bit more. He's even more early game than Wind Ranger. I like the pressure already out from the laning phase.
The thing is, by picking the Gyro, oh well, we have seen Miracle play the Gyro as well. So yeah, I think that's a possibility. Just so they still leave that opening for leaving that opening for the Meepo pick. In case they need no tail on it. Still a Brood in the pool as well.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, Ben, when you responded that it would just be an Invoker pickup from OG, I was
5
with you.
seconds remaining.
But what if they then pick the Bounty Hunter and puts a lot of pressure on the middle lane early on?
I mean, Quaswex Invoker is not really vulnerable to Bounty Hunter ganks, I think. You can just Tornado or run away.
Yeah, you're not necessarily needing a bottle or early pickups because the Quas regen as well, so...
There's still the Alchemist left too. Team Secret actually left that in the pool for...
Team Secret's turn.
Okay, Limp's in a
Good
huge
against
amount of
Bane
trouble.
elemental, but generally speaking, I'm a bit surprised by this considering how open the pool is. But I guess they just really want to hold Miracle's pick for the last. Potentially Meep no-tails as well, if the Gyrocopter does go on the middle lane. Or in a carry position.
Yeah, considering that Clockwork isn't very good versus Queen of Pain, whereas heroes like Night Stalker are direct counter. Sure.
10 seconds remaining.
I am surprised as well. Like it's Lockdown versus Slardar and Bane. But I think you would rather address Mihas or potentially Eternal Envy Zero better.
And even then, the Earthshaker pretty much.
We were talking about they could go for a mid razor. They could still have the Queen of Pain. Main mid and then pick up a carry that they feel is to be able to match the Alchemist's level, for example, the enemy. mage that we've seen before.
Yeah, they must have seen this one coming. The difference being now they've
misplays we made in that game. But it's going to be a Slark. So let's talk about Slark. It's a very rare pick these days. The main thing that triggers it here is, of course, the Alchemist. Slark can lay into the Alchemist over time and just steal so many stats and get extremely powerful over the course of team fights. It's a great pick against Clockwork in the sense you can pounce both into and out of cogs. It actually doesn't knock back you when you pounce. So you can get over it. And this is... I mean, the panel we're talking about the last couple of games being a bit pubby, this is one of the classic counter picks in public games to Alchemists, actually. So that might be the source of inspiration here for Team Secret with Eternal Envy. I think, once again, the drafts are good, and we're just seeing the emphasis OG put on these defensive supports. This time, they first phase pick both the Dazzle and the Wyvern, and that's just their style. We'll see if Secret have the solutions for it this time.
And it's worthwhile when you have players like Crit, like you were mentioning in the previous game. He just came up with so much money out of nowhere, always there at the right time, at the right place. And Fly's Dazzle play was unbelievable. And they're able to get such a huge advantage because, again, they've done this early movement into the Radiant jungle. And with the double wards, the funny thing is, though, Pilot Eye might be able to find both of these. This is actually a very standard play from OG to plant down both of these, both Sentry and Observer, in these almost exact positions. This ward that Pilot Eye is now moving towards is just a little bit further to the left, and yeah, he actually reads it perfectly and will take out both of these wards.
Oh, will he be on time? It's close! Oh.
No camp to spawn. 30 seconds. The dream is not real on that front.
It's actually interesting that Pied, we very rarely see this, goes for both sentries before he sees if the camp is actually blocked, but of course, this is a pattern from OG that they have read. And I do believe he placed the wards very well here, so should be all right to hold the camp in 10 seconds.
OG will have to mix it up a little bit later. Eternal Envy has got Moon so low. Moon can keep Cog pushing back the Slark, but you'll notice also the build that Envy has gone, and it's only like a level 1 Slark, but you've got that essence shift. So all he's got to do is just keep walking a little bit closer towards Moon, take out a little bit of it, and then just wait for Puppey to bring in the extra damage. And that's what he brings by going for that early point up in Brain Sap. He's not looking for the Nightmare until Leash combo. He's actually looking just to kill Moon. Possible.
Very good cogs here. The way Clockwork deals with this lane is to drain the mana of Slark. If he can't do that, Eternal Envy is going to take complete control of the lane, and they've done all right so far. Moon, I think, has played this lane about the best he can.
How does Misery approach this game? The last game, it wasn't really terrific for him. The Blink Dagger was delayed for what seems like forever. Now he's been put in the safe lane with a little bit of help from Pylai Dai. Still up against a Gyro as well as a Dazzle, so he can't find kills. Is there any way that Secret can zone out a Dazzle Gyro?
The key thing is just to pull.
That's
The
it.
fact that the pull is open allows them to very easily just pull the wave back. You saw Misery there getting quite a few CS onto the tower. You don't want to contest out in the middle of the lane. You'll see Misery won't even try to go for CS. This lane, if he goes for a CS, he can get hit by a Shadow Wave. The Gyrocopter, of course, with the Rocket Barrage will pressure him so hard he has to go back. He's going to buy the boots and just walk back here. And now sometimes I get carried away.
It's fine, Sid.
It's all good. But yeah, he's going to get that bottle back before minute 4. He's kind of idling in base right now. I'm not sure if he's waiting for an item. Okay, he's got his boots as well. So needed a little bit of gold for that. And this 4-minute rune is pretty important. I imagine we should see the first blood happening at some sort of rune just because of how much emphasis both teams should be putting on it. Crit can, of course, fly over the cliffside here and contest the rune with Arctic Burn. And if Miracle joins in with his concoction, there's the possibility of a kill.
Here's that move again. OG are actually reading the fact they're going to contest for the runes, and Pylai die. He's got his own Radiant Observer Ward, so we might see the Gyrocopter behind, but he steals the Bounty Rune, picks up Miracle and throws him away. Miracle, he's out of range for the stun, but you've still got the Rocket Barrage arriving for No Tail. He needs to get a little bit more space. Rocket Barrage again in 2 seconds time, and that'll be a first blood on the Pylai die. Moves to the tree line, but he can't get to the Fog of War in time. So No Tail makes a very long rotation in order to get that, but still takes the first blood.
Great play there from both teams. No Tail making the read that he should go for that play, and at the same time, Pi, even if he knew that, I don't think he has that much regret. He stole a Bounty Rune away from the Alchemist. That's a lot of gold that he loses out, and of course some experience. And Weehaw was left in the mid, so now he's got level 6. He's still ahead of the Alchemist on both gold
Top
and
lane,
experience.
Poppy locked in with Moon inside the cogs, but Eternal Levy jumps to his rescue. Into the middle of the battery assault, and Moon getting picked off by this top lane. Very difficult to kill off a Bane when you get so much life back from the Brain Sap. And Miracle's got to be really careful. He doesn't have Chemical Rage. Weeha's got Sonic Wave. And he's definitely considering throwing it out if Miracle comes in a little bit closer. He's just got enough for a Blink Scream. But the Sonic Wave and Scream and Blink together, that's a little bit more difficult. And Miracle now will use Moon to refresh his bottle. So the life comes back to the Alchemist.
Yeah, can do this because Crit, of course, is standing in that top lane. They have prioritized Crit a lot in this tournament. Don't really ever sacrifice Crit's levels on this Wyvern. He needs to be a bit careful himself. Top lane, Envy being harassed. He's close to level 6 though, so this is the last bit of harassment.
He might actually die. Moon's rotating in through the riverside, looking for the Cogs burn, pushes Envy up and away. He's still got Stick Charge Survival, and now with the Dark Pack, there's a lot of damage going to come into Moon, so Puppy can get the revenge kill here until the Cold Embrace arrives. Puppy, is it worth the nightmare? He'll probably say yes, especially when TP support's coming in from the Slaughter. This is a good hit for Misery. Good money coming his way. Of course, losing your Slark isn't the dream, but this will force a lane rotation, so Slark more than likely will just head to the bottom lane.
Great play from OG though. I think it's totally worth it losing their Clockwork to kill the Slark like that. They force a TP, they kill him right before he gets level 6, after which this lane harassment just isn't that effective anymore when Slark course gets that ultimate. Interesting build here from Eternal Envy going phase. Boots first. I think this has got to be something that happens in like 5%. Of Slark game.
Miracle? Weehaw as well as Puppy's right next to him. They're contesting this stack with the Chemical Rage. Weehaw knows he can't find the kill. But he at least makes this very difficult for Miracle to get this huge here. Misery just wants to escape. He's got Crush Up cooldown in 1 second time. He might buy the space. No, he doesn't. Miracle will find the kill. 3 heroes committed for this one.
Under attack.
And it was actually Slaughter who stole the regeneration. The bounty still goes the way of the Rubik. And they're rotating in with the smoke. So Puppey, he could start with the Nightmare, Pilot Eye, while they blink, Scream, Telekinesis will hold Miracle in position for now. Puppey still on the
he had, he's got everything he was supposed to.
Okay, I can actually answer it. He's never played Clockwork in the Frankfurt Major. Just double checked. Movement coming from Team Secret, Misery and Pilot. Die. I'd really like to get this easy kill on Crit, if you can call it easy. There's just the calm before the storm, and the storm is coming. Puppey and Pilot die. They are smoking and moving into the dire jungle. I'll have a look and see what OG's got inside their camps. I'll notice there's one stack, and there is only one stack. But these are important things for Secret to keep tabs on. This is how the Alchemist gets out of control. Or the Gyrocopter finishes up his SMY. Without Fiend Script, though, they can't find kills. They're moving over. They'll understand that Moon's up here. In fact, now Moon pings out the fact that he's just scouted the supports. Rockets for vision, but it's a little too shallow.
Man, look at the level advantage on the Dire supports. If you look over the hero level, it's two very different types of strategies here where Secret on their cores are looking great, but their supports are level 4 and 5. OG supports level 7 and 8. Just the ultimates not being available for Secret yet, and them still being this close in the game is quite the feat against such an aggressive team as OG.
It's also understandable that you want to see Weeha with those levels. Hello, hookshot going on Misery, but Pilot Die as that Rubik, the perfect counter Clockwork, throwing him out, but the concoction Misery, the Cogs pushed him up. He couldn't have any reaction. And Moon able to get that pick on Sada, and again we're in this position where the Blink Dagger, it's almost the same time and the same gold on Misery, and he just gets delayed again.
I think this is the type of game with Slardar where you might want to go for a 4-staff first simply because of the Clockwork. It's an easier build-up, you will lose less gold along the way when you die like this. It's better for your teammates as well. And they have other ways of initiating. It doesn't have to be the Slardar. They have telekinesis on Rubik, they have the Slark who can just pounce in and immediately use his ultimate and set them up that way.
It looks like Slark's going to start with a Shadow Blade too. So that'll be his initiation.
Very happy to see that. I can't remember in pro games how often it happens. I think Slark is not a Midas safe lane hero at all. And in my book, you almost always need a mobility item first. Shadow Blade or Blink. And then you can get something like an SNY. He's actually hiding. This is classic Envy stuff. Just thinking ahead. He's hiding his Shadow Blade on the courier so OG don't know he has it. And now that he clears the wave, he'll be picking it up again.
Probably moving over towards those Dire Ancients. Or ETPs to the top lane, which was going to happen. Moon hookshots himself in, catches out Puppey again. Brains up at Nightmare. The Nightmare will buy a little bit of time, but not really enough. Envy has arrived, but he's underneath the Dire Sentry Ward, so they're aware he's there, but will it still be enough? You actually get the double crunch and Sonic Wave! In for Weeha, hitting so hard, but the curse is on the turn Levy. He cannot keep attacking. There's not enough mana for his ulti either. The Weeha still with a double kill. Misery back in for another crunch, and the stolen curse controls Crit, giving Weeha a triple kill, and Pilot Die one of his own. Now is this time. We saw it time and time again in game 1 of this series, where OG would leave one man standing, this time it's Secret, and they'll take the tier 1 tower to boot.
Beautiful play by Misery. Without an initiation item, he simply just sprints in, realizes all these key abilities that could stop him from going in have already been expended. He gets a 3-man crush. One of them is in Cold Embrace, but it doesn't matter. He hits the 2 others that he needs to, buys the time for the Queen of Pain to get in a really good position. And Weeha with that Sonic Wave just seals the deal. That was a 4-for-1 exchange, only Puppey dying for the Radiant. I do believe he died, right? I think he died. Or was it clean 4-0?
No, I think he
died.
No, he died. He died. Yeah.
And a great steal from the Rubik as well. This is what I was talking about. When Secret start getting their ultimates, they'll have even more in the tank. And maybe an underrated ability in this fight, or in this game so far, has been the Fate Bolt. Every time Pilot Eye shows up, the OG heroes naturally just congregate together in one spot, and he hits 4 heroes with Fate Bolt. That's a really significant nuke.
Yeah. Not just the nuke as well, but making it very difficult for OG to pump out any level of damage. And they don't really have big damage. And in fact, OG, they're going to go for a little bit more of security if they can finish it, of course.
He does go the 4-staff here on Slardar. I like it.
You've also got Moon almost completing up. When Roshan dies, he'll practically have the money for his Blade Mail. The S and Y is the build coming out from No-Tail. It's going to take a while before he gets his BKB or even looks to get a big damage-dealing item. Roshan will belong to OG, however. Nothing will stop that, and they put it into the hands of the Gyro. And what does Secret really get in return? They got a little bit of farm out inside the jungle, they had a little bit of pressure at the mid-tier 1 tower, but that's all for this.
Yep.
They're making a call for bottom. The observers are down now, not for the Dire side, so OG aren't fully aware of this. Crit just instantly tries to get out of here. Moon's the one being chased, but there's that Blade Mail. The Orchid not going to have enough damage for Weeha to kill him. And in fact, now with that big rotation from Secret to bottom lane, OG try and make the most out of the space in mid. Puppey plans, oh, he's already got the Observer Ward. In fact, Envy just pounces himself in. He's still got his ulti, but he understands that life is the easy commodity for him. He can just disappear, regenerate back up again. The fortification, it all bought time for Misery to rotate over. Can he use his 4-staff? Will he even want to? They've already lost the tier 1 tower. Envy's hunting for an opening, but there's nothing to be gained.
He needs more items, I think, before he can make a and as confident play as this one. Of course, what he wants to do is try to just jump in and get a couple of attacks off, steal some stats with the Essence Shift, reset and re-go. Currently, Essence Shift is only level 2, so it's only a 30-second steal and can't really carry it through later on. A couple more levels on Envy will make it a big difference. And I'm curious to see which item build he goes for here. Slark is one of those heroes that has multiple options. Sometimes you see a Scotty, sometimes Sancho Yasha, sometimes straight BKB, sometimes Yasha BKB.
Tower is under attack.
Behind enemy lines here.
There they are. Misery finding one of them. In fact, it's going to be the Moon. Clockwork. He's got hookshot available. Hookshot's up to Weeha. Blink is still out. And that'll allow to escape. And once again, Pardai, the perfect controller. Eternal Envy cursed up. Can they get this ulti off? Will they kill him? There goes your ulti and Envy. He just wants to get out. The TP with a cog. Puts him down. He'll pounce, but he's just in the middle of the entire OG lineup. So Puppey and Envy find themselves pushing up the daisies, as OG will move this momentum now down to the bottom lane and towards that tier 1 tower.
Pilot, I will be doing what he can in the top lane split pushing, but can't really get anything out of this Moon already. Sending some rockets top. One of the big benefits of Clockwork is, of course, his ability to defend from across the map. And it's not the greatest ability, but everything adds up. And OG with another big fight for them. They will be claiming this tower for sure.
Dire's top tower.
Really good money coming their way too now. With the death of the tower, they'll push a 3k advantage. But Secret, they try and keep it level. So it will be a tier 1 for a tier 1 fly. He could potentially go for the deny here, but already Queen of Pain has taken it. So it will be a tower for a tower. As Moon hookshot 5 seconds. The Secret won't wait around that long.
And his Blade Mail is really, really good right now. Secret have so much burst, but the heroes that have that damage have relatively low health. Both the Slark and the Queen of Pain will to a large extent just kill themselves off. And if you look over OG's lineup, I think BKB in this game is just such a good item that both Queen of Pain and Slark should consider it as their secondary item.
I'm not sure if you really want to do this. Starts on the Ultimate Alchemist and actually blinks away from the hookshot of Moon.
That could have gone really, really wrong for him. Actually, there was no Winter's Curse. I think he would have been fine. Crit was pretty much as far away as he could be.
Total Envy, pounce down. He can't get the leash over on Crit. But the Arctic will wear off, and Crit's in almost exactly the same position as previous.
He built his Dragon Pin again. This time he gets out, though. And they counter with the Observer. Of course, this is one of the benefits of Slark that I think we don't talk about too much, also because we don't see Slark that often. He's very good at finding wards. You just notice that you're losing movement speed, and it means the enemy has wards in the area. And Secret, obviously reading that and placing a sentry close to their tier 2 tower bottom and clearing that up.
I'm wondering if that means OG go for a little bit more defensive wards. Because at this moment, they've only got 2 wards on the field. In fact, one of them just timed out. So they've only got that 1 aggressive ward inside the Radiant jungle. And they may want to have it up on top lane, because Notel, he's coming up behind Weeha. And Misery, well, he was there, but with the Clockwork Rocket, there's no hookshot available, so it's a simple blink away to safety. But now Team Secret understand where the fight's coming. And Turtle Envy does not want to take it, though. He's forcing at the bottom lane. Crit, with a Splinter Blast, can actually drag the creep way back and actually kill a fair chunk of it off.
Structures are fortified.
So it ends up being a tower going the way of OG, but not enough momentum able to be sustained from Secret on that bot lane. But they're waiting for OG to move back. Puppey sitting on the tree line, but Miracle, he TPs in, notices he's there, and then they use the weave. Hits both Wee as well as Puppey, allowing Miracle to blink Concoction stun over to Puppey. He doesn't have the Nightmare timing, not when Dazzle arrives with that heal. So Puppey will end up dropping, and the trap is sprung.
And looks like Eternal Envy's choice will be the Scotty. Aegis now expiring for OG. Pretty long respawn, 5 minutes. Secret are gonna like that, of course, as OG has the dire advantage and a good Roshan lineup. It's not like Secret's is bad with amp damage and everything, but just got a feeling with OG, the map control they're getting, that this next Roshan would be theirs. Having these extra few minutes for Secret could make a big difference. I want to point out how much better Weeha is doing in this game than the previous one. I think that's one of the fundamental differences where he can actually start becoming a really important core in this game, building for the Aghanim Scepter just to essentially be able to fight more frequently, defend towers, buy time for the Slark to get big.
And Secret making a wise choice now, avoiding the fight against OG. Crit with a fresh Blink Dagger. It's actually sitting on the Courier right now, just north of the Roche Pit, and it's coming down finally, delivering that point booster over the moon. But with this now, Wyvern can keep a very large distance from the jumping heroes like Slark, like Slaughter, like Queen of Pain. Get that perfect counter curse.
Yeah, Miracle's getting really, really rich this game. As I mentioned, Slark is a pretty good counter pick and they have amp damage, so even if this Alchemist gets really big, Secret will have the tools, but Miracle is getting very far ahead, as he should on the Alchemist this game. And I would imagine we're going to see perhaps an AC next for him. Would be a good choice. Can, of course, try to go more of a combat build with the Sanjin Yasha and just go straight in for a Basher, knowing that he has the Blink. Try for an Abyssal Blade. And it's going to be Shadow Blade, actually. They're going for...
They're prepping for top right now.
Edge.
No tail. Well, you can still have your fun on bottom lane, but it's the top lane where the initiation is. 4-star forward to the crush with a Sonic Wave. That Orchid Popper won't be enough, but We Are 6 around just long enough to get the hit. Blinks himself away to safety. And OG, they won't find an opening. Miracle, well, he just sees the end of the Puppey TP. But with the Observer Ward down, Secret can make all the right choices to get out of here.
And this is what you want to do if you're Secret. It's avoiding these 5-on-5 engagements and just forcing small skirmishes and split pushing. I'm not sure how big of a difference this Slark... Of course he's a difference from the last game compared to an AM. It's definitely not the same game. But the way Secret are playing right now, I feel like they learned a lot from game one. Nice hook shot.
Predicts where Envy was going. They had a little bit of extra vision because of the sentry wall that was on the lane. But again, Pylai die. Okay, they'll commit the curse. They want this Rubik down, but Pylai die with stick charges. He'll move into the tree line, Crit blinks himself forward, and Pylai die will Fade Bolt, remove a little bit of the damage, but still ends up dying. Okay, I'm starting to wonder what's going to happen here with OG. They move around, even killing off someone. Okay, Envy, he wants Crit. There's no curse. The Blink actually takes Crit down. Again, Envy walking underneath that sentry ward didn't learn the lesson from the last attack that Crit did. And now, with no ulti, Moon is closing the distance, but not fast enough. Yeah, but get back to the question. How does OG actually kill off the Slark when they catch him out, once he gets bigger? Originally, I was thinking that Ultimate Orb could have been turning into something like a Skadi and give Slark a lot of life early on. But in fact, it's going to be a Lincoln Sphere coming in for the Slark. So now you don't even have that instant control onto the Slark. How do OG deal with him?
That's a good question. If Miracle goes for an Abyssal Blade, he can sacrifice a Concoction for an Abyssal or vice versa, but I don't think it's enough.
Speaking of Concoction, there's going to be a stun on a Puppey. There's a Shadow Blade. In fact, the build coming out from Miracle is his next item.
Goodbye. Puppey's very far behind in this game. He's been sacrificed a lot. He has found some levels, at least he's level 8. And all it takes for the Bane to have a big impact in this game is good Nightmare and maybe a half-channeled Fiend Script on a key target, just buying Slark the needed time. And don't underestimate Enfeeble. I think maxing out Enfeeble will make it very difficult for OG to siege high ground.
Easy hook shot, pushing Pilot Eye a little bit further back. He's got the pick up over on Crit, but Moon with the Blade Mail up, there's no way he can fight. Pilot Eye sitting in the trees for as long as possible. Supports arrive with Miracle getting the stun over on Misery. He'll go down as well, and Weeha cursed up. Secret, they've committed too much. Envy might be in this fight, but he's not doing enough work. So you get the buyback out from Pilot Eye. They need his control in this engagement, but OG, they've kind of already won. They've burned through the Queen of Pain and Puppey with a Splinter Blast. Actually, with a Concoction as well. He can't do enough. He'll end up dying. Pylai die. Here's your dieback. 4 heroes down from Team Secret. Eternal Envy just basically cuts his losses, aka the rest of the Secret team.
5,000 gold swing plus a tower.
They can get more than this. There's no buybacks apart from the Slaughter. He respawns in 10 seconds. OG might even be able to take the tier 3 tower.
And all of that is just offset by the blink positioning from Weeha. He basically blinks into the enemy team and is in a position where he can't. He was like searching for the Sonic Wave angle and it just didn't exist. And then he got cursed next to the Slark, who just killed off his own teammate.
Getting ready to
quickly.
fight. Envy jumping on Notal, trying to distract him. Misery is coming in too, but that defensive weed's going to give a lot of armor. And Envy, he can't pounce himself out of here. 17 one-shots might be available. Now he'll get the pounce out. And Slaughter, Ball starts himself forward, gets a son of Miracle. But the damage, the tier 3 tower is down. Rubik's back up in 8 seconds time. Weeha has the Sonic Wave. As that rocket doesn't get the kill, but they get the Fiend's Grip. Clockwork, that Fiend's Grip is up. Concoction arrives from Miracle. Weeha still waiting on this Sonic Wave. Misery forward, gets a big crush, and there's your Sonic Wave, taking out the Alchemist. Notel control with the amplification. The only thing keeping alive is a Shallow Grave. Have they got a stun? No, they don't, but they'll find the kill on Moon. But actually, well, there's your push forward. Fly will drop as well. And very lucky that Notel was able to survive with this. Crit's also on the run out. But Secret, they successfully defended, cost them the buyback on the Rubik previously. And all they lose is their tier 3. Yeah, they need this.
They're rushing to the Roche pit. OG know it's happening because of that dominated creep, and else they could just read it out of the map movements. But I don't think they have the tools to fight this. Even with a buyback on the Alchemist,
they need
the Clockwork Rocket to find the engage timing.
Why is this Dark Creep Wave following them in? Aggro, please. We are. Well, I suppose it's easy money for him. But now Roshan taken. The Agency model will be the hands of Envy. That followed them all the way from the bottom lane. I thought these things are meant to lose aggro after a while.
And if OG could have found a way of disengaging from that incredible fight they took and the tier 3, they would have almost had this game in the bag. It would have been a 10,000 gold lead. At Roshan, they could have claimed.
Look at him move with Puppey. They move instantly up. They'll need the Fiend's Grip instantly to stop that Moon Blade Melt. But then again, maybe Ember. He's actually killing himself right now. No pounds away. He's got the Aegis Immortal. Miracle looking for the stun. The Concoction flies forward, but Lincoln Sphere will end up stopping that stun from Miracle engaging. The TP out top lane will help at least one survive. But it will not help Crit. He goes down. The Clockwork Rocket getting a little bit more vision over on Envy. How long until Secret also start thinking about buying a gem themselves? Envy keeps fighting underneath sentry wards. But then again, OG are also burning a lot of money buying these sentries. And okay, the gem does come now from OG on the Wyvern. Not from
Wyvern,
Secret.
by the way, building for what should be... Is this a refresher?
He was trying to build refresher in game 1, so I'm assuming it'll be a refresher here in game 2.
Is there? I think Lotus Orb is a really good item too against Secret's lineup. Removing amplify damage, preventing Bane from casting Fiend's Grip, preventing Bane from casting a good Nightmare without sleeping himself. Can remove the Orchid from the Queen of Pain. It's just an incredibly good pickup here that I'm not so sure it's a refresher. He's also, his mana pool isn't that great just yet with only Tranquils. So if he casts just a couple of abilities, he can't even get 2 curses off anyway. Curious to see where Crit goes with this. There's the Agon Scepter now for Weeha. He did go for a pit stop on the way to get that BKB. I think Secret are feeling like they're in a pretty good position in this game. Even though they're behind on gold, the game plan this time around is at least advancing and they're not getting rolled over.
It's a lot more comfortable for these heroes to play. Like having Lincoln Sphere over on the Slark, it's that extra life. Like Envy was underneath the tier 3 tower, bearing down almost all the OG heroes, and he's still able to survive. This just shows you that lack of control, which is why I'm wondering, like, yeah, Lotus Orb's great to reflect, great to dispel, but maybe they need to have that second curse from the Wyvern, just to ensure they got that lockdown control on Team Secret. Either way, we'll see what he does soon.
Oh, Puppey.
Jumping forward, Puppey, what does he want to do right now? Well, he can't Nightmare, they force off him out. Well, Rocket chasing in Misery with a double crush. Puppey does get healed up. There's a Nightmare protection, breaks free pretty quickly, but Miracle already moving forward. Gets some Concoction, being prepared by Pylai Dai, about to be returned over to who? Actually starting Miracle underneath that Radiant Sentry. The cooldown's arriving, but Misery dying so quickly. At least Weeha finds something. No, he doesn't. Crit gets that cold embrace off, and now with the curse, they hold Weeha in position. The BKB protected from the magical damage, and he blinks into the tree line. They don't see him. Now they do. The TP cancelled with the death of the Queen of Pain. And 3 heroes lost for Team Secret. Tier 2 tower might be down, but OG, another fight their way.
Puppey wanted to deward that ward so bad, and he ends up paying. Himself and 2 extra lives for it. Kind of surprising they don't send Rubik to do it. The extra range and the fact that Rubik has his own Force Staff would allow him to pretty easily disengage, but they of course want to remove this vision so badly as getting rid of that
sees a retreating Weehaw and hits it smack straight, plumb between the eyes of Weehaw.
I was about to say that was actually a fight OG should be pretty happy with because they got rid of the Aegis. They saved their gyrocopter. Eternal Envy missing the pounce on the gyro by an inch there is the difference between life or death for No-Tail. He gets out, and then after getting that gem returned to their base, easily a good fight for OG. And now getting rid of the Aegis should give them a lot more strength going forward. Of course, in the previous fights, they don't really want to focus Envy, knowing that the second life is such a big problem.
It's going to be harder
really lock
too.
him down.
Well, it's going to be harder because he's now completing up his full Skadi.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
So-
that's a big stat gain right here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like Envy sustain, even without the Aegis, the Immortal was still pretty heavy. But OG, they 5-man smoke. They see Puppey. That's an easy hookshot kill. They worry about who else is around, and in fact, Eternal Envy just running his way up mid. He's here for the creep wave, but he might. Oh, if OG can find that range, he
It's a
moves
very
deeper.
different-
Deeper
Kills
to the
again.
dire side, and Moon, there's your hook shot up, and Envy instantly starts the Dark Pact. The cogs won't lock him down. Moon could go for a, well, he can't go for the hook. Yep, the crush, catching out the gyrocopter. Even to a point where now you're starting to enfeeble up the gyro just to restrict his damage, and he still doesn't have a damage dealing item. OG's DPS is not hitting.
Hook
So,
shot.
same with that hook shot. And Secret
Immediate
smoke.
smoke.
They're coming. They're trying to turn around.
They were
Moon,
spotted by a ward, though.
they're moving forward. Envy, he sees the clockwork. The cogs come up and pushes Envy back as well as Weehaw with the pounds forward. Envy getting close to hookshot. He'll actually get himself away towards No-Tail with a pickup with Bean's grip. Puppey, is there a stun control? The BKBs come with a call out. The Sonic Wave hits hard with Queen of Pain already grabbing one. Puppey, Nightmare in the Alchemist. He's taken out this fight, so he's moved up with the safety of a TP back to his own fountain. The concoction again being stolen and returned to the gyro. Slark finds a kill in the bash, catching Miracle out. Can he retreat with the wave? No, he cannot. Envy will grab a double kill. No Alchemist for 70 seconds. Team Secret will push down the mid lane. The ping came out saying, does someone want to grab that T1 tower in the bottom lane too? But really, if they can force a buyback, this is going to be a very costly fight for OG.
This Slark Pig is proving to be such a good solution to the way OG want to play the fights. He's an initiator, he has good burst damage on the opening, he deals damage through Cold Embrace with 2 of his abilities, and the way OG win a lot of their fights in the games we've seen so far is just by drawing them out, keeping their heroes alive with Shallow Grave and with heals, and ultimately just draining the enemy team. But you know what? Slark heals faster than your 2 supports do, so Envy is not scared of committing. Just going in and out of the fight like that. He just needs 5 seconds in the shadows, coming back in with full health again, dealing so much damage when the fights extend.
This gyro buyout, it cost him so much. The fact he's also holding onto a quarterstaff No-Tail, it's like if this is going to be a butterfly for him, at the rate that Envy with the
Roshing?
Secret abating. This is one of the most obvious traps. The only thing missing right now is a Techie's Mind Flag.
I'm happy we don't see that hero anymore.
I am sad. Envy, moving forward. OG are fairly well split at the moment, but they're still close enough that they can land that support. In fact, Slark, he's looking for the opening and he found it. It's going to be the Alchemist. Can they get across? The hook shot from Moon might find the space for Alchemist, combining with the cold embrace, but Puppey, a thought control on he can't get the curse up because the Fiend's grip. Now he can because of the shallow grave. And Eternal Envy inside the ult. He needs to get out of here. The BKB is going to expend pounds of cooldown 1 second time, but they get the curse. Envy locked and Secret just now playing Left 4 Dead, but maybe not. Moon, the hawk shot catching Weeha. Blink in 1 second. He's got the time. The concoction's being prepared. Miracle needs more space, and he got the vision. Weeha gets hit. The support's right behind and he'll go down. No! The blink! He's still on the run. The homing missile on his tail, but the hook shot from Moon! Well off target, but Miracle with a jump forward. They have to kill the rocket. We could dive to this. And actually, man, Poppy protects him. If they can't kill it, they'll just leap through it. You've still got Eternal Envy on the side, no G. Now it's their turn to knock on the mid lane.
40 seconds on the Slark.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Times so that toward the end of the fight, he will be able to kill them off almost on his own with all the stats stolen. That shallow grave from Fly, he's just made so many of those graves all tournament. Extremely clutch, has to read the timing on the Sonic Wave. It's one of those abilities that you would usually say is actually pretty good against Shallow Grave. It's a big burst that comes out of nowhere for 500 damage, but Fly's just ready for it every single time.
And OG, they've got so many different ways to dispel everything. Even
Good news for Secret, which they don't know.
it's the farm time.
Yep.
And what's the critical items they're looking for? Because I'm still looking at a large amount of money over on Weeha. It looks like he is going to be building the Shiva's Guard, but do you take the risk and buy that and sacrifice your buyback? Is the Shiva's going to bring enough to the engagement to warrant it?
I don't think so. I think the buyback is more important for now. I'm still a bit surprised he didn't go for the AC, in my
Actually,
opinion.
it won't take that long. Like, he's only got another 600 gold and he's got it. Because then he'll have surplus enough like to buy it and have buyback.
Yep. Very much reliable gold on him right now with a 2400.
OG are starting to flatline here. They spent so much time waiting for Team Secret to arrive. Like, yes, they had a 12,000 advantage. They almost lost all of it in gold. And now it's just starting to flatline around 11K. The experience, there's nothing in between these two teams. And really, when it comes down to the fight, there's not that much that's also separating them. It's all
Radiant's
about that
top tower is
initiation.
under attack.
If OG can get a good curse off, and how much space is Eternal Envy? Rage. The Secret don't want to fight this. Yeah, the curse one down is down. But there's no reason to engage. They're still buying the time. In fact, now Moon moves himself forward. Cogs will push Misery back out, locking Envy in here. But then Moon tries to run out. Misery 4 stars forward, but the defensive heal center from Moon buys him the space. Misery has to trigger BKB. Get away from the rest of OG.
And Moon was really far ahead of his team there, but that dual scepter usage probably just kept him alive. I'm saying that, and his team were coming in.
Careful with the run. That gem is still there. Lincoln Spear's going to trigger. Envy.
They don't know the spawn timer is long, but he could start spawning now. They have ancient stacks for no tail to farm here. There is the Basher. I think it's the right choice as well.
He's getting so much money. Having that full abyssal may not be that far off. Obviously, because he's an alchemist.
And the Goldest lead is still 10,000. What you need to keep in mind is, of course, Alchemist will always have really high net worth. But his value relative to the gold is not as high as other heroes. And you're saying that, and you've looked at Miracle in this game and how much he's done. When you do get to that super late game scenario, other heroes just tend to take over, such as the Slark. Because of the Yules. I think it's a really intelligent pickup here, just allowing him to buy so much time that he doesn't need a 4-stack. Mr. Hookshot in, the 2.5 seconds of self-Yules is enough for his teammates to reach him with Cold Embrace and Grave.
Ten seconds till Roshan. The teams have waited so long. Envy keeps scouting out by Shadow Blading in. You just saw as well the Arctic Burn being triggered by Crit to get the vision inside. And there's still a lot of buybacks, and with the Tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, OG's got a way that they can get the rest of their team down there. Alchemist, Clockwork, as well as the Dazzle all have buybacks. Even Wyber's just shy of 350. Now they jump forward. And like it's Spear's going to trigger once again on Envy. In fact, it doesn't actually help out Puppey. Envy ends up getting him stumped at the jump forward. They go on Miracle. Is there enough control to actually get out? But Envy goes in, a long way in. And Puppey, once he got his nightmares over on the Dazzle, there's no shot like Great Fiend scripts on the Wyber. The perfect control from the Bane. They bring down one, and with the pounds forward. Envy wants to kill on the fly. He won't take it, however, not unless they got a stun. And Envy and Weeha under the cooldown. Hook shot from Moon again, bumping at the back of Notel. But the Alchemist, well, okay, that's one way to do it. A double kill coming his way. And Weeha, the TP out successful. The hook shot too late from Moon. Actually think he's in the tree line instead. But they can go in now, OG, and take out Roshan.
I'm wondering if Secret want to try to expend a buyback for this. Looks like no.
It'll be dangerous, considering how quick OG killed off Roshan before.
And I thought that was going to be a really good fight for Secret. So they force staff out, they save the Slark from the first curse, and I think the second curse
And OG just dragged the creep waves over. That's a nice little steal to come the way of the Rubik. Pilot Eye now with Acid Spray, making it even more difficult for OG to get up and into the Team Secret base.
and something interesting to see about the way OG play these two supports as well. As we're talking a lot. Oh wait, maybe it's not time for that right now.
Amplification just goes on Notel with the Enfeebled as well. He deals very little damage. But he's still chipping away at the melee ranks, and Secret do not want to initiate. They understand that Moon can hookshot. Hilarious enough, Moon is blocked by almost everything. Now he moves. Into a better position for a hook.
You enfeeble.
They're just baiting. They're baiting with the Aegis Satanic Hero.
This Satanic is not going to heal that much when you're enfeebled, but slow and steady. No-Tail will be bringing down the tower, and Secret have to start making some sort of play. They've bought something on Envy. What is it? He's sending the courier. It's the MKB. He's going to go all in. He'll buy up, not have buyback, and I think it's the right choice. It has to reach its destination.
Like, it's going to go around the creep wave that's up there, and by the time that happens, they've already lost their mid-racks.
Has fallen.
The top lane will come next, and there it is, the 4-Monkey King Bar on the courier. As OG now moved to the top lane. Courier, how good are you? Can you get back home safe?
So important in that fight that it lasts as long as it does. Envy, with these 2-minute steals on Essence Shift, ends up the fight with a bonus 100 agility. No wonder he's able to kill off the gyro at the end. And you said No-Tail was happy to give away the Aegis. I don't think he was considering how much damage he was giving over to Envy.
You might be right. And now OG. Like, there's no Alchemist and no Gyro for 50 seconds. This is a perfect time for Team Secret to regain control of this map. The Maelstrom's even looking better for him now. Forcing out the lanes, having something where he can do that. You're getting more survivability on Pylai. This guy's walking around with Assange. He's already got the 4-star, but he's looking for more survivability with 2.6k gold also on the Rubik after that engagement. What else are we looking for? Envy, he's up to 2.8k. Slider has his full BKB with extra money, so the buybacks are available with a 20 gold surplus. Finally, Puppey buys a new item. He has a Solar Crest. He has something of real value for Team Secret.
That's really good against the Dire lineup. They don't have any MKBs on either core, and this keeps Slark alive. And I want to point out how crazy that fight actually was for Secret. For Eternal Envy to be cool enough to stay there and bait the whole enemy team in. If he dies, it's over. So he has to play it on the edge, but they executed it so that Envy was floating around 20% health,
Dire's bottom
got out of the fight, stole a lot of agility, came back in, and key cooldowns for OG had been used already, mainly the first Winter's Curse, of course the Shallow Grave as well.
Now with this BKB timing getting even lower, like Pylai can sit in the back lines and then just kick in. In fact, without a BKB on the Alchemist, he can just disarm the Alchemist when he runs forward because he's got a Heaven's Halberd now fully completed on the Rubik.
That's a very big item too.
Keeps him alive even longer in the fights. He's getting good steals. And we're starting to see the problem as well of a Wyvern going in for the Refresher Orb. There's not a lot of life over on Crit. So the control time that Secret need to kill him off isn't really that much. And they keep putting a lot of effort into making sure that Fly has no influence in these engagements. Pylai, what are you going to get? Acid Spray?
Oh, that's a good steal.
He doesn't want to drag the creep wave up here, though. It's going to reveal his entire team, and the fact the creep wave will probably lose aggro now, not getting up the hill. That Monkey King bar is now going to be done as well for No-Tail. He's got buyback, but he kind of needs the damage.
This is a very, very important moment. Envy, it feels like he just bought that MKB. He also did.
Yes.
And he has 4,600 gold to boot after that fight, and the tower he took bottom and the couple of creep waves he found. 480 CS, leading by a big margin in terms of that.
He's going to have to get rid of his Shadow Blade if he wants something else. Like, unless he thinks that Silver Red is a good late game item. And in fact, he just buys a straight Moonshot. Doesn't want to give up anything else. Just increase that attack speed. Misery. Breaks the smoke. He came in, the curse will come out from Crit. The Misery, he's still got the BKB available, the 4-star from Pylai, dragging him out by a miracle. Okay, that's a lot of damage. And Puppey, he TP's out in time, though the curse from Crit will be used. They find Puppey using, controlling him in the air, but Envy comes into the engagement, going on to Miracle. How much damage do they got? Maybe with Weehar here, it could be a hell of a lot more. Miracle, No-Tail on the front lines. There goes Fly. There's no extra damage, and now Puppey, even with the Fiend's Grip, he can't Crit out of the engagement. No-Tail and Moon keep fighting. They're the last two players are left right for OG, as Weehar dodges the Hawk shot. But Envy, he's here for blood, and he wants No-Tail. They've got him, and with the crush, Moon has controlled. The blade melt time will almost be completely expended, and Envy, he's got 30 solid essence. just has to sit and wait, and now he's getting Fiend's gripped up on the gyrocopter. There's no support. Fly will get the shallow grave off, allowing Miracle to fight a little bit longer, but it's not long enough. Not when Weeha kicks it. Moon will go for another hook shot, but what damage has he got? There's no more control. Weeha. His damage into Fly is way too much. Envy, he does go down. 99 seconds to the sideline. But buyback will be committed. They're trying to get forward, but Moon, he's on the back of Weeha. 4-star down from Pi, trying to by space. The Yule Stepper up, but Queen of Pain is the blink available. The Cogs don't get the burn, and now Weeha wants to fight. Moon locked and controlled, but he don't have enough damage to kill him off. Highlight die. How's he survived so much during these fights? The hook shot off target. Weeha retreating out, TPing back to base. As this is becoming very tense. We've gone over the 1 hour mark here in game 2 of the grand final, and no team wants to make any mistakes.
And that was triple buyback from OG. Clockwork, Alchemist, Dazzle. They forced out the one from Envy, which I actually don't think he needed to use. They were in a position.
On the back, they got the Nightmare, keeping Miracle out. Weeha blinks forward, and now Curse Star controlling Misery as well. Gyrocopter. And they need another hope, but it doesn't really exist. They've lost too many heroes. Secret, GG, and OG. The Dream is one game away. They are 2-0 against Team Secret in this best-of-5 final. The run through the entire lower bracket. It was even rough in the group. You could have said they could have come through into the upper bracket, but they were bumped down and now staring. Down 3 championship game opportunities against Team Secret.
It's incredible how many clutch plays both teams had in this game. This reminded me of the winners bracket final between Team Secret and Evil Geniuses. Some of the best games there. This is absolutely top quality Dota we're witnessing, and this time again OG just